Hello everyone, my name is Wolfgang Roseworth, and today I'm going to be sharing a pretty personal story about how my direct encounters and experiences dealing with what is known as the all-seeing eye, or the eye in the triangle, or the eye of providence. Basically, this entity, structure, symbol, and how I've encountered it through altered states of consciousness and now sober states of consciousness, and how this has affected my life tremendously. So my first experience dealing with the all-seeing eye was actually during a psilocybin mushroom trip. Now during this trip, I had my eyes sort of closed, and when I opened it, I saw sort of an overlay or filter over normal waking reality. And I was sort of flying through grids and geometric webbing in this sort of indigo blue, very intricate geometrical pattern, very similar to the design and aesthetic of this particular Alex Grey artwork, where there's like a guy sitting in the middle, and behind him are the Himalayan mountains, and there's this sort of indigo webbing and geometry all on the ground and everywhere. And while I was flying sort of through this space in my vision, I encountered this space where I just sort of, bam, I just see this pyramid structure, and then, whoa, I'm immediately hit with this shock and this sort of amazement at what I've just seen. And I instinctively knew, oh, okay, this is the all-seeing eye. Oh, this is the all-seeing eye. And all it was just a pyramid made up of that same indigo geometric line work, and it was a very short encounter, very fast, but I immediately recognized it as the all-seeing eye. So later on, with my experience in using psychedelics, in my DMT experiences, I also found the all-seeing eye again, and this time when I was doing DMT, I had this very reasonable, rational mindset, so I thought of, oh, I'm just gonna go over to this other side and communicate with these entities, and be reasonable with them, and, just hang out and talk with them and then see what's going on, just sort of communicate like normal people. But I was sorely mistaken, because encountering the eye, it tried to basically manipulate my thoughts and feelings and convince me that A, I was God, 2, this whole universe was created specifically for me, and 3, I just am going to always be this character known as Wolfgang, and when I die, I'm just gonna get reborn as myself back in the past and just repeat living as Wolfgang forever. Now this idea is deeply disturbing to me, because I've gone through some terrible events in my life, and also I don't think that repeating everything eternally is a great way to live and keep going. So I told the all-seeing eye, listen, okay, I'm God, where are my powers? Okay, why can't I manipulate things? Second, this universe was created for me, okay, but I'm poor and I have all of these problems, so that's kind of, strange. Wouldn't you have designed it better for me, if I was the main character of the universe? And talking to it just didn't have any sort of logical response. It didn't come up with any, specific story like, okay, Wolfgang, here's the deal, blah, 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 blah. It didn't do that. It would just, give me short answers, short responses, and just sort of try and get me to agree with the reality that, oh, okay, everything's okay, I'm just gonna be Wolfgang forever, and just everything's just gonna repeat infinitely once I die. And I told it, no, dude, I'm done with the simulation. I'm out. Let me go. I don't care if you created this universe for me. The pain and suffering is ridiculous. And if what you're saying is true, and that I really am God, well, you did a really shit job because not even God is happy with the universe you created. So you really fucked up here. And after that experience, or me telling it that, it told me, well, Wolfgang, you've got food, mountains, and sex. So, those are, you got that. Which is very strange because an all-seeing eye, if it's all-knowing, would know that I don't like food. I've had a, bad history with just eating normally. And mountains, what the hell? And then sex is like, come on now. So giving those three things for me to try and think are reasonable for staying in this reality and repeating this life infinitely, I think we're pretty pathetic. It could have said anything like, oh, the whole structure of reality depends on you living infinitely. I mean, it could have given me any other intelligent reasons, irrational explanations for why you would want me to agree to living as myself forever in the same loop. So after that encounter with the all-seeing eye, which happened in my bedroom, by the way, it's talking to me, I'm just laying on my bed, and it showed up as a big, huge triangle. And its eye was moving up and down. It was blinking. It had these beautiful, sort of feminine eyelashes. But it felt like a masculine force or figure behind it. But after that encounter, coincidentally, every time I tried to do DMT or even mushrooms and go back into those higher altered states of consciousness, oh, demons! I start seeing demons come through. And what is that? Oh, I get blocked. I get blocked from going as far and as, a more detailed space, what is known as the astral or etheric realms. So every time I would try and do these altered substances, I would see the same figures. Long-nosed, mosquito-looking demons with sharp teeth, cartoonishly angry eyebrows, and they would just sort of cloud my vision, and I would just see this sort of array of eyes, this webbing that would come over me, and I'd feel blocked. No matter how much more DMT or mushrooms I ingested, I was at the same level of consciousness. And that really pisses me off because who the hell wants to be blocked from going in their own mind and then seeing what's going on in there? So that really infuriated me. And that also proved to me that, okay, I tell the all-seeing eye I don't want to be in a simulation, and then many times I've tried going back to these altered states of consciousness, I'm blocked and I see demons. So what is that saying? I really think that sort of proves it's not a benevolent figure, and there's some seriously shady stuff going on with that guy. But one night, doing DMT again, keep trying to go back into the space and see if I can do anything, just experiment around, see if I can get through these demons and go back to how the DMT space was before I told the all-seeing prick that I didn't want to be in a simulation anymore. I was laying in bed, these mosquito guys come over, they just sort of pop through these eye grids and start harassing me. Literally, you could see their nose go right between your eyebrows, just coming right at you. Just real dickheads. And so I'm just laying there, getting all pissed off, I'm seeing these demons. And I feel this sort of thickness go through my head. Like I can feel the negative presence or aura of these entities. And I feel like something happens, something slips. One of these demons must have been feeding too hard off of my mind or doing something in there fucked up. And oops, something slips. And I feel like behind that demon, I could perceive the true essence, the true nature of what this all-seeing eye is. Because this eye pretends to be God, good and bad at the same time. And trying to distort your view and your perception of what's really going on around you. But something slipped with this demon, and behind it, I could see the all-seeing eye, and I could feel the pure evil and disgust and filth and absolute horror of this sort of H.P. Lovecraft nightmare entity, this creature. And for some reason, it reminded me of this episode of SpongeBob where Patrick pulls out this giant, disgusting ball of like used bubble gum and socks and just trash, and he gives it to SpongeBob as a gift. But just a much more horrific and real version of that. Just a disgusting ball of just every badness there is. Like, he is Dr. Evil. He is the evil. That's what it felt like, seeing this all-seeing eye's true essence. And so I knew in that moment, okay, I can't trust you. I can't unsee that now. I remember. And after seeing that, the all-seeing eye actually came into my view and got really mad. Before, it was trying to be more timid, trying to be like, it's okay, Wolfgang, things, you just gotta trust me. I'm just giving you information. I'm just a chill guy. But it got real angry, real, Jekyll and Hyde. I got furious at this demon for letting this slip. And then I felt instantly all this soothing sort of feeling washed over me, and I was starting to forget that feeling of seeing his true essence. And that again, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? How can that guy be benevolent? How can that, when that happens? And so that was just another major confirmation to, okay, don't be tricked by this guy. He pretends to be good and evil, but really he's just wholly evil, totally crazy, totally disgusting sort of creature. And, that was sort of my last horrific revelation about this figure. And, knowing that we put this guy in the dollar bill in America is pretty disgusting. Having seen what I've seen personally. To conclude this story, I would just like to say that, I don't claim to know exactly what this thing is, what the all-seeing eye, truly even is. But I've gained a much better understanding of how it functions, or how it can appear to people, and what its abilities can do in manipulating your thoughts and feelings and emotions, especially when you go into these altered states of consciousness. But even seeing the all-seeing prick, it appears to me now, when I'm at work, when I'm in public, and just in very specific ways. It'll be on the back of a t-shirt, it'll be, you'll see it for a split second when you look down at your shoes. Just very subtle nods that, I guess that guy who's like, wants to let you know that, I'm still watching you. I still see you with my one little eye. So that weirdo, he needs to stop. So if you're listening to this right now, you need to stop harassing me and my family, because it's kind of pissing me off here. And also, you need to let me go back into DMT land without sending your fucking demon dickheads after me and sucking energy or whatever the fuck you're doing in my brain, in my mind. So that also pisses me off. And also, if you could stop terrorizing the whole world and everyone else that has to deal with you, I would greatly appreciate that. So if you have any more questions about the all-seeing eye, please ask them in the comments below. I have a lot more stories to share and experiences, but I just like to get this base outline out there of my encounters with this guy and how I've learned to not trust him at all and know that he is evil. he is a trickster. He will deceive you. He can manipulate your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So you need to be able to pull back in to your righteous mind and see that this guy's all sorts of fucked up, and not to trust him. So thank you all for watching, and see you next time.